Hello, I'm Ruth at the Garrett Public Library, and I'm here to welcome you to another session of our Railroader reading. Today, I have a couple short stories for Thanksgiving. And the first thing I want to read is Your Complete Guide to Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a traditional celebration that's all about giving thanks to our New World heritage and feasting on turkey and all the fixings. Here are some tips for your complete guide to Thanksgiving. What to serve. Turkey is a traditional main course meat to enjoy on this day of Thanksgiving, and sliced ham is also a favorite. Side dishes include an extensive list of classics such as stuffing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie for dessert. For a more modern-day Thanksgiving menu, serve roasted Brussels sprouts, tofu turkey as a vegetarian option, cauliflower casserole, or gourmet appetizers such as mushrooms stuffed with goat cheese. When is Thanksgiving? You may be eating leftovers for several days after the actual holiday, but Thanksgiving itself occurs every year on the fourth Thursday of November. It's a day to spend with family and watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade on television, which is a great way to start the day. Giving thanks? Showing appreciation for our heritage is important. And this day is a special salute to the pilgrims who immigrated from England in the 1600s to seek freedom in the New World. Thanksgiving can have religious significance or a hope of prosperity, as exemplified by Thanksgiving Day prayers and a lavish meal. Preparing for Thanksgiving? Get creative in an anticipation of Thanksgiving Day by going online and finding Thanksgiving pictures to print or searching for free Thanksgiving wallpaper. You can also find uplifting quotes for Thanksgiving and perhaps collect some funny expressions to relay to family members while enjoying your holiday meal. Things to do on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is traditionally a time to spend with loved ones. Whether you want to watch sports, play board games with the kids, or enjoy classic movies, Thanksgiving is a day to relax and socialize. Now, I've got two short stories. One is written by a teacher who had an experience with some of her class, and it's very touching. As this teacher learned, some of the most moving lessons are taught by students. When Mrs. Klein told her first graders to draw a picture of something for which they were thankful, she thought how little these children who lived in a deteriorating neighborhood actually had to be thankful for. She knew that most of the class would draw pictures of turkeys or of bountifully laden Thanksgiving tables. That was what they believed and was expected of them. What took Mrs. Klein aback was Douglas's picture. Douglas was so forlorn and likely to be found close in her shadow as they went outside for recess. Douglas's drawing was simply this: a hand, obviously, but whose hand? The class was captivated by his image. "I think it must be the hand of God that brings us food," said one student. "A farmer," said another, "because they grow the turkeys." "It looks more like a policeman, and they protect us." "I think," said Lavinia, who was always so serious, "that is supposed to be all the hands that help us," but Douglas could only draw one of them. Mrs. Klein had almost forgotten Douglas in her pleasure at finding the class so responsive. When she had the others at work on another project, she bent over his desk and asked whose hand it was. Douglas mumbled, "It's yours, teacher." Then Mrs. Klein recalled that she had taken Douglas by the hand from time to time She often did that with the children, but that it should have meant so much to Douglas. Perhaps, she reflected, this was her Thanksgiving and everybody's Thanksgiving, not the material things given unto us, but the small ways that we give something to others. I thought that was very touching. Now we have another heartwarming Thanksgiving story. It's about a blind boy. A blind boy sat on the steps of a building with a hat by his feet. He held up a sign which said, "I am blind, please help." There were only a few coins in the hat. A man was walking by. He took a few coins from his pocket and dropped them into the hat. He then took the sign, turned it around, and wrote some words. He put the sign back so that everyone who walked by would see the new words. Soon the hat began to fill up. A lot more people were giving money to the blind boy. That afternoon, the man who had changed the sign came to see how things were. The boy recognized his footsteps and asked, "Were you the one who changed my sign this morning? What did you write?" The man said, "I only wrote the truth. I said what you said, but in a different way. I wrote, 'Today is a beautiful day, but I cannot see it.'" Both signs told people that the boy was blind, but the first sign simply said that the boy was blind. The second sign told people that they were so lucky they were not blind. Should we be surprised that the second sign was more effective? The moral of the story was, be thankful for what you have, be creative, be innovative, think differently and positively. When life gives you 100 reasons to cry, show life that you have 1,000 reasons to smile. Face your past without regret. Handle your present with confidence. Prepare for the future without fear. Keep the faith and drop the fear. The most beautiful thing is to see a person smiling, and even more beautiful is knowing that you are the reason behind it. Happy Thanksgiving to all. That was by an author unknown. But we at the Garrett Public Library would like to wish you a blessed and happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you next week for another session of Railroader Reading. Blessed holidays.